Yes, so who doesn't know Mexico? Actually, this is my dashboard in Tableau, and I am so happy that I was able to come to this point of visualization. As a data analyst intern at Quantum Analytics, it's been my pleasure to visualize restaurant ratings. I was given the opportunity to look at the consumer preferences, the effects it had on ratings in restaurants in Mexico. I was also given the opportunity to look at the data and check the consumer demographics and the buyers in the data sample according to those demographics. And then I also looked at demand and supply gaps and exploiting those demand and supply gaps and how we could exploit them for opportunities for potential employers or restaurant owners in Mexico. And then finally, I was also able to generate insights and visualize them and how to see to invest in a restaurant. What characteristics would anyone be looking for? So this data is really amazing, and I'm going to take you all through how I was able to achieve my visualization to this point in time. The first thing I did was actually to look at Mexico as a country. We know that Mexico is the third largest country in Latin America after Brazil and Argentina. I was able to import the Mexican map, and we're able to see particular densities of restaurants around particular locations in Mexico. So if you could see here, the zip code is what you would see them colored. I checked that in my in the tooltip version of my analysis, and I was able to look at the pricing. Was it low? Was it high? So if you look at all of this, you will discover that the name of the restaurant was also included, which, for instance, you have Restaurant Tiberius. The price around that particular point, that particular restaurant is medium, and the state is San Luis Potosi, and we have the zip code of 64000. And we could move over to another little town here named uh, Tamaulipas. I hope I pronounced that. Tamaulipas. The price is quite low, and then the name of the city, the name of the town is Tacuela El Amigo. And then the price was, of course, low. You check these other places. So this is just a way of visualizing the entirety of the data set I have. Could see this particular town, Mexico City, shows the name of restaurants, whether it was medium or high, and the name of the state, you know, which is San Luis Potosi, had a very great number of restaurants in that state. And then we'll have another state here, Morelos, and the price there is quite medium name. And then we check here, the price is medium for a place that's really quite populated. That's something we need to look at, you know. So the next thing I looked at is, of course, we know that Mexico City is one of the most populous cities and metro areas in the world. It has its economic booms and glooms and all that. It was really amazing for me to see the location of these restaurants across the states in Mexico, you know. And then I also looked at the count of restaurants by hotel service and price. So if you have uh, I noticed that the count of hotels that do not have alcohol service was, you know, quite high. Like we had 41 hotels, 41 restaurants, pardon, who had no alcohol whatsoever, and the price was quite medium. So it's worth looking at. Is it that the Mexicans do not like alcohol being served in restaurants? You know, it's good to also check all that in case you want to, you know, go up high there. So they prefer wine really. Wine medium, count of restaurants providing that is 15. And then we will also look at restaurants in states Want to see restaurants in states by smokers, those who love smoking. San Luis Potosí, they smoking is not allowed. Then there are 60 restaurants in that state that do not allow smoking. But there is a smoking section in same San Luis Potosí. 21 restaurants in that state have a section for where you are permitted to smoke. And smoking is allowed in two restaurants in same states, and smoking is allowed in one restaurant in the same state. So this is the data that has been visualized. The highest number of restaurants that have that permit smoking in together it's 60. So we have restaurant named by rating. We can see that um, take for these are the names of the restaurants: Cubani, Cubana Who Estate, and just names of restaurants: Cafe KRS, Cafe Amber, and this account of ratings. We could look at the name of the restaurant here is Abundance Restaurant Bar. Occupation, students, the insight generated here by this visualization is that students account for the greatest number of persons who actually dropped their ratings. Full rating was 6, overall rating was 6 as well. And then we have Cubana, Huisteca, the students, of course, 9. So it would be good to really recommendations here. It's build restaurants that are pricey, not really costly, so students could afford them. That they account for a greater number of persons who patronize restaurant business in the city of Mexico, and in most of these other states in Mexico. Okay. And then I also looked at the preferred cuisine by marital status and occupation. You can see here that their students account for the great majority of persons who actually visit these restaurants. So it's a good recommendation I could take from this report. Married persons, just minimum age of 60, they prefer breakfast compared to their cuisine. Single persons, of course, have a great number of. Um, it seems married people do not, perhaps because of family or they have wives and kids at home. It shows that the Mexican society really has a family structure where men or women prefer to go back home and eat rather than eat out in restaurants. So it would be nice to have really, really great opportunities for young people. You could have music, just stuff to attract more of young people since it seems they are the target market and they have to be single, of course. That's the insight that has been generated here. And we also have okay, this is my home page, this is the dashboard. This is just the my dashboard showing all of those data analysis insights. And it's been really, really a pleasure to work on the restaurant ratings in Mexico. And I didn't do this alone. I did this with my colleagues, with my team members, and they have been really, really amazing. And so I wish to really say a big thank you to Quantum Analytics and everyone for making this project interesting and, of course, challenging. I look forward to your criticism, your comments, your shares, and your feedback. Thank you so much.